Welcome to the Pattern Recognizer. Most people are running programs they never chose. Today we expose one of those patterns, see exactly how it works, and discover the precise shift that can set you free. Let's begin. Here's a sharp fact. More of your life is rented than you realize. You accept praise like a guest who sleeps on the couch, thankful, polite, then hand the keys back to the house when morning comes. You cash the check, then say, I don't deserve this yet, or it wasn't really me. That tiny deferral is where abundance leaks out quietly, day after day. By the time you notice what's missing, you've been conditioned to expect the next win to be temporary. And so you never stop pleasing your own results. I call this pattern the deferred claim. It is the habitual refusal to internalize success, to put your name on the title deed of your outcomes. Today I will teach you one concrete tool, a 5-second claim that reassigns possession from the world of maybe to the realm of yours. Do this daily, and you begin to stop leasing and start owning. Let's unpack the psychological mechanism first. On the surface, it looks like humility or realism. I don't want to be arrogant. I'll let others speak of me. I earned some things, but I won't claim them. Underneath is a braid of scarcity beliefs, fear of envy, and childhood vows. Soft promises we made to avoid attention or to keep love steady. Those vows act like internal leases. I'll be successful, but I won't let it change who I am. Which in practice means you refuse the internal title. Scarcity tells you that owning more will cause loss elsewhere. Fear of envy says claiming makes you unsafe. False modesty frames claiming as selfish. So you practice deferment and call it virtue. The result, you receive externally, but internally you leave a placeholder open. An invitation the system interprets as temporary, and so equivalent lack continues to balance the ledger. Now the esoteric mechanism. In energetic terms, an open placeholder is a field with unclosed geometry, an incomplete polygon that attracts a complementary form. Sacred geometry teaches that closed forms hold. Open forms invite completion from the environment. If you're not, accept rewards, but do not mark them as owned. You leave a geometric gap. Numerology adds precision. Numbers act like anchors. When you defer, you keep your result at a provisional frequency, maybe sometime, which attracts equivalent, maybe experiences. When you close with an intentional claim, you change the contour. You convert an open triangle into a sealed circle. You shift a potential into a possession. That's why a tiny right can be structurally decisive. It's not magical thinking, it's field architecture. Picture this metaphor, renting a house versus holding the title deed. Renting feels safe. You pay less, you avoid responsibility, but a renter cannot remodel, cannot plant an orchard, cannot pass that home to descendants. Owning requires a naming, a signature, the finality of registration. The 5-second claim is the signing moment. Imagine a simple geometric image. You stand, feet grounding like the base of a triangle, inhale to draw a line up to the apex, then exhale to complete the circle that seals the deed. That tiny geometric completion signals your field. This outcome is now placed within my domain. Here is the concrete daily shift, the exact 5-second claim. Step 1, posture. Stand or sit tall, feet rooted, Chest open, claiming posture. Step 2. The geometric breath. Inhale 3 quick counts. Visualize a vertical line rising from your root to the center of your chest. Hold 1 beat. Exhale 2 counts and imagine that line sweeping into a circle that closes at your solar plexus. Step 3. Numerological anchor. Choose the number 3 as a compressive seal. The ritual timing is 5 seconds total. Step 4. The words. Say aloud or in your mind, I accept, I hold, this is mine. 1 sentence, simple, present tense. Step 5. A tiny action to register it. Touch your sternum, write your name on a single line in a notebook, or place your palm on a closed fist. Done. That micro-write reassigns the geometry and anchors the frequency. Now we'll do a short timed enactment together. Stand or sit. Feet rooted, chest open. Ready? Inhale 1, 2, 3. Visualize the vertical line rising. Hold, exhale, 2 counts. Sweep the circle closed. Now say, I accept, I hold, this is mine. Touch your sternum. That was 5 seconds. Repeat that once when you wake, once when you receive the win, and once before an important commitment. The effect compounds. A quick note on troubleshooting and risk. This practice will trigger shame, or it will provoke a reflex to perform without integration. If shame appears, name it aloud. I feel ashamed to claim this. Then do the geometric breath. Breathe into the shame and close the circle. If you catch yourself doing it like a magic trick, 3 words and no follow-through, pair the claim with 1 small accountable action. An email, a deposit, a calendar entry. Frame claiming as stewardship, not entitlement. Declare, then offer a daily step that secures the result. Finally, beware of using the claim to inflate ego. Return repeatedly to the posture of service and contribution. 1 shift changes everything, but only when it's steady. Recap, name the pattern, the deferred claim. See the psychological leases that keep you modest and scarce. Close the energetic gap with a tiny geometric completion. Practice the 5-second claim daily. Posture, the 3-count inhalation, the 2-count exhale that closes the circle, the present tense words, and a small registering action. Over time you will notice the balance of your field shifting. The pattern is the prison. Awareness is the key. If you want diagrams, extended ritual notes, case studies, and a mapped initiation that expands this 5-second claim into a week-long practice, visit my full library at Desmarques.com. There you'll find the extended practices, journaling prompts to pair claiming with aligned action, and the structural diagrams that make this reliable. 1 shift. Real architecture. Own your results. That is the pattern. That is the mechanism. And that is your shift today. If you're ready to decode the full architecture of your life, explore my complete library at Desmarques.com.